1, 2, 3,
Okay, welcome to Matt's Mods channel. We're going to jailbreak a CHECH 2502B today. I've had this console here running for about 10 minutes now to keep it to get it warm. The reason I do this is to make the thermal paste soft, so that it's easy to separate the board. So I'll do this relatively quickly. Now first of all, turn it off and pull the cords out. Now I've already taken these bottom screws out. These have these sorts of covers on them. You just lever them out with a screwdriver, very small flat blade screwdriver. So you just lever them out and then take all the screws out. This one here, you lift this flap up, you take a blue screw out of here that separates. You can pull that off now. That's the cover to the hard drive. Now all these little screws along here are in the front. You'll see they're safety screws. I get them out with the same little flat blade screwdriver. Okay. Now with that taken out, you can just pull the hard drive out now, out of the front of the console. Put that to the side. On these, the only one, there's 4 rubber feet on them. The front one, the front, if it's facing towards yourself, the front left one is the only one that doesn't come off. Other than that, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that need to come out, and 1, 2, 3, 4 safety screws that need to come out. Once that's done, the lid just comes off like that. Separate it, pull it to the side. Okay, make sure your power's out when you're doing all this. Disconnect the battery. Put a bit of pressure on these screws so you don't strip the heads when you're trying to pull them out. 1 screw on each side of the battery. They're stainless screws with a washer joined to it. There's no washer separate, it's just kind of, there's a flange around it. So remember them ones. Now the battery just pulls out. Power connector. Take your fan connector out. These are slightly different than the 2002s. The Blu-ray's different. So you can take the other side of the power, the earth side, take that out. Okay, now you can lift the front of the Blu-ray. Oh, hang on. Sorry. There's 1 screw at the back of the Blu-ray. Now there's 3 connectors. Just pull them out carefully. Now you can lift the front of the Blu-ray, which will take off this power button. Underneath these 2502s, there's a ribbon underneath it. So on disassembly with these, I just stick my finger underneath and lift. I'll show you there. This pulls in and out. It's like a little clip that holds this bottom ribbon in. this ribbon here gets held in down here. Up is when you separate it, down is to lock it in. Put it to the side. Now you can take your power switch off. Little screws in these. This is for your Wi-Fi and your controller. Take the two screws out the front. These two. Now they just lift off. Now they just clip on the back here, so you can just pull them off. Put them to the side. Now you got three small black screws. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 to get out. Two small screws on the over the top of the hard drive, stainless. You may want to have separate containers you put these screws in. Now that just pulls out like that. Take these plates out, 4 screws, 4 bigger screws. You want to try and get this done all reasonably pretty fast so that the thermal paste is still soft and it doesn't put as much pressure on the chips when you're separating them. Around the outside you've got stainless screws. Again, put a fair amount of pressure when you're undoing them so you don't strip the heads. One. 2. 3. 4 of those. Now down across where the fan is, there's 2 black screws. It's on the fan side. There's one more stainless one here, so that makes 5 in total around the outside. comes off. Go and make sure that's undone. Now you have to be very careful when you do this. Lift from the front where the controllers plug in. Just very carefully pull the motherboard off. There you go, that's off. Put that to the side. Now you've got this cover. 2 screws left holding this on. So that's your tear down, ready to downgrade. So downgrading will be our next part 2.